Hello again, my beautiful thinking people. Today's drive number 1 had quite the wart, but we survived. That one was, or appeared to be, a safety critical wart, but I could say, under most circumstances, it does fix itself quite well. So other than that, drive number 1 went off without a hitch. Drive 2 went off without a hitch, and there was a whole lot of information in Drive 2 that can help every single person that watches that video. So now this is drive number 3. We're going to see how it does here. It went up 1 degree, so it's now 11 degrees Celsius. It's pretty good. And the topic I want to address is this. It could be controversial to some, and to others it's going to be very informative and something to chew on. I'm sure there have been times in your life where you really, really dislike somebody, like really badly, and you were observing something and it looked like maybe something bad was about to happen to them, and you might have taken some pleasure in that. Well, listen, you're not alone, okay? I'm not going to tell you that, oh, you're horrible because you had this thought, or you had this, or you had that. No. What I'm going to tell you, quite simply, is that these things happen. We're human. We have these thoughts that do go through our mind regardless. You found this person, give them whatever name you want, whatever gender you want, I don't care. But you were going to take pleasure in watching them suffer for something. So this is the whole premise for why I want to discuss this, because it's actually very, very important. It's something we all need to think about all the time. Never take pleasure in other people's pain, because you don't know when your time is up. Okay? When that same pain or similar pain is coming for you. And here's something I want to build the analogy here, okay, before I get deeper into the weeds. Let's go back to the time when we were in elementary school. And there was a guy there who was, maybe a little bit rough around the edges. And he came off crass. And a lot of people didn't quite like him. And one individual said, yeah, well, I'm going to take care of that. I'm taking over right now, folks, because I want to take a different route. Oh, and a good thing, too. There's flashing lights up there. So you were hoping that the world was going to treat you in a certain way, okay? Like you kind of felt immune to the difficulty that could be coming your way. And I'm going to say, I've seen that in a million situations. But all of a sudden you find out that this person who was being taken care of, that nobody really liked, was now being beaten up. And because of all the annoying things that this person has done in the past, you were kind of happy that they were getting beaten up. But what you fail to realize is that one wrong move, one wrong word, one wrong step, and all of a sudden, that bully was going to be coming for you. You never thought that would happen. You always thought that you were immune to this punishment because, well, you're not that annoying person, right? So what do you think? Did you see it coming? Did you see that when that bully all of a sudden turned on you, that's something that you were going to have to face one day? I can tell you right now, most people never thought of that. But when the bully loses somebody to bully, they got to look for somebody else. That somebody else can be you. So what's going on out there in our world now today? We have world bullies out there bullying some people. And you know what? There's a bunch of people like seals clapping and having a wonderful time at how this world bully is smashing other people. But wait a second. They weren't done there, were they? They had many other targets in mind, but nobody knew. Why? Because they lied. They said they had no targets. They said they wanted to end wars. They said they wanted everything to be peaceful in the land. But their version of peaceful in the land is do as I say. Don't worry about what I do. You can no longer judge me on the same standards that I judge you. So if I think you're a total dweeb, I can say it. And I can treat you like that. But don't you ever try to treat me like a dweeb, because I will crush you like a bug. Would you call that a bully? I would. Do they have reasons for being a bully? Of course they do. They want to reap the benefits of everything that they have already designed to happen. And if you try to get in the way of that in any way, well, then we're going to crush you like a bug. And the seals start going, yay, yes, crushed them like a bug. And then they find out that they're the next bugs. So what am I referring to? Let's get cryptic here. In the Middle East, there was a bug being crushed. And all the seals were clapping. And they thought, well, it's just that bug. And that bug is a bug. Right? Many people are annoyed with that bug. So who cares? Let them get crushed. And it went on. And everybody else around thought they were safe. Nobody stood up to do anything. And then all of a sudden, people started seeing, wait a second, it doesn't look right. So they started proceedings and they went through the court system and they made their complaints. Nothing was done. They got a court ruling that even said that, you know what, you guys are right. This is not right. And nothing was done. And that big bully in the world, the big bully, had big hands that were going. They totally supported all the death and destruction that was going on day by day by day. And did anybody do anything to stop that? No. And then there was Yemen. And Yemen said they just couldn't sit by and watch anymore. So they started doing things. Actually doing things. Saying things, doing things. You also had Hezbollah in the Middle East that started to say, wait a second, we need to do something here. This is massacre. It's like standing by and watching a 6'10", 400-pound guy put up his fists to a 125-pound, never fought in his life kind of person. Okay, that might be an extreme description, but you get the drift. So very few people did anything to help. Oh, should I challenge him? Nah. I don't want to hurt his ego. Never go and rev your engine around a Tesla owner. Because if you do, there's a chance that he might just show you how it's really done without any noise at all, without any fanfare. Anyway, folks, the situation that's going on in the Middle East is not isolated. There is a plan in place. And if you thought there wasn't, you were wrong. there are many people who are going to fall victim to the same methods. Many people are getting challenged, and nobody's stepping up. But now all of a sudden, you have almost, I would say, it looks to be about 85% of the countries around the world are now saying something. There are a handful, about 10 countries in the world, who are now actually stepping up to do something. That something could lead us to World War III. And it might just bleed into World War IV at the same time. However, I don't think it really matters. If we hit 3, I don't think we'll make it to 4. But anyway, geopolitical circumstances are really ugly right now. And those SEALs that are all there clapping and clapping and clapping, let me just say, they are next. And they don't even know it. I was always a jock growing up. I was always one of the top sports guys and always challenging in every way. Whatever sport it was, I wanted to play it. So I never got bullied, really. Little few things here and there people used to try. Sometimes there would be gangs of people that used to try. It never really amounted to anything good for them. Not usually. Actually, not ever. So, when I speak about this, I'm not speaking on my behalf because I didn't get bullied. But I watched many other people get bullied. And I watched people stand by because, well, it's only a black kid. Let him get bullied. Oh, it's some Italian guy, eh? And he thought he was so cool. And they watched him get bullied. And there were some Greek guys in our midst who also used to get bullied. It was like, whatever, it's only them. But you know what, eventually it came around full circle. Many of them got bullied. You should have seen them at my door. We need help. There's a bully. There's many bullies. There's this, there's that. And I always stepped up and helped them. But it shouldn't be just me. It shouldn't be just me. And nobody should be waiting until they're the ones being bullied before they step up against any bully. I mean that sincerely, folks. If tomorrow you saw somebody being bullied on the street, you should rally the people around. All the people that are in that area. Rally them around. Say, come on, guys, we need to get this bully under control. If you do that, you will have paid a huge debt to society, which will allow you a much safer, more wonderful existence down the road. Don't wait till you're the victim to start screaming victim. Make sure you're screaming victim for all the victims before you. Do not wait. Yeah, sorry, I had to put the signal on there because it always does. It stays in this lane till the last minute and then goes, oh, I better cross the solid line to get back in the right space. So I always give it as much leeway as I can to see if it's fixed. It's not fixed. That was an FSD thing, by the way, folks, if you're wondering. I soft intervention, hit the stock, and then off she goes. Okay, so I'm watching the events unfold all around the world with this world bully, and then its proxies, and the way it handles its bullying, because it doesn't want to get its hands dirty. And you know what's even dumber? Why would you get your family to go up and fight for a bully, knowing that your family is going to be decimated to whatever degree that may be, and that person's going to walk away going, okay, that was handled well. We didn't lose one single person. No, but your proxy lost all kinds of people. Now, a proxy in defense is one thing. A proxy in offense is just an extension of the bully. Okay, so I'm not going to name them because you know what happens when you name people, or you name countries. Like, as naming that other one probably isn't going to get the same backlash as naming others anyway, which is unfortunate, because you know what? If justice is justice, then everybody is treated the same, right? And it doesn't mean DEI or whatever you want to call it, and you're going to start getting all up in arms going, oh, are we looking for equality? Well, yeah, there's supposed to be a code between humans. There's supposed to be, where you treat each other with respect at all times. Each of you with respect. Not one way where these people need to treat those people with respect, but those people don't have to treat these people with respect. No, that doesn't wash with me, and it shouldn't wash with you. If you see an injustice, you need to step up. You need to speak up. You need to step up. That's it, plain and simple. I'm not going any other way with that. You cannot change my mind in any way, shape, or form. When you see injustice, you need to step up. Yeah, I told you, I used to take care of all the bullies in the past, but remember, I felt remorse for that. I felt remorse for taking care of those bullies. Even though I knew they had to be taken care of, it didn't stop me from feeling badly about the damage that they incurred. Some people could have been watching, which at times there were, and they went, okay, that's enough. And you know what I can tell you is I appreciate those people. Even though I was the bully to the bullies, it was nice to see people stand up and say, enough is enough. Okay? They had enough punishment. Stop. I think that's wonderful. While others think, no, annihilate that person. No, you don't annihilate anybody. That's not for us to judge and make happen. Terrible topic to have to discuss, folks, but unfortunately, we all need to discuss it. If we don't discuss it, our world is going to poop. Like, that's it. Our world is going to poop. Not your house, not your city, not your favorite politician. Our world is going to poop. Now I hear there's actions being taken against, 54 countries in Africa and all the countries in South America. I can just tell you, folks, it's not going to be a fun thing. It's not going to be fun. Anyway, I don't know. What can I tell you, eh? We live in a really nasty world. A real nasty world where nasty things are going on all the time. And people just sit back and watch the nastiness and say, well, it's not affecting me, so I don't care. Well, it's going to affect you. It's going to affect you. I don't care what you think, it's going to affect you. You know why? When all of a sudden you've hooked up with a really good friend, really nice person, and everything is going on beautifully until you find out that person's being persecuted. And you're like, wait a second, that's my friend. You can't persecute my friend. Well, why can't I? You sat by and watched me persecute everybody else's friends. Yeah, but that's not fair. It's my friend. Yeah, you're right. You're right. How about if I just switch it and I deal with you instead of your friend? Oh. Emergency vehicle. I see lights flashing. Oh no. Oh no. I hope everybody's okay. See, some people would be like, it served them right. Whatever they did, they must have deserved it. We've all had moments of stupidity. That doesn't mean we deserve to be going home in an ambulance. Okay? Folks, this ties in very beautifully to what I've been talking about. Don't take pleasure in other people's discomfort. Okay? It's not a good look. Oh. Okay, there's debris here. Now we're going to go around it. I'm going to take over and go further around it. Okay, so that's a tiny wart. You did see it was going around the bulk of it, but we don't know what's under that sand, right? And we don't know if we were going to clear that little portion there. So my main theme here, my main thing is just please stop taking pleasure in other people's discomfort. And I don't care if they made a mistake and they did something or said something or pissed somebody off. Who cares? Don't take pleasure in the punishment is what I'm trying to say. Yes, I did punish people that in my opinion and in the opinion of many others needed to be corrected. Don't take pleasure in it. There is no way that taking pleasure in somebody else's demise makes you any better of a person. It can only take away from your compassion, your love, and your understanding. That doesn't mean you don't step up to protect. It just means if you take pleasure in the punishment you net out, it's not a good look, and it can't do very much for your soul, I'm sure. Folks, in my opinion, it is really not far to where this software becomes flawless. And remember, we're talking about 12.8.4, I think it is. Let me just check and make sure what version I'm on, because I've been test driving other vehicles. 12.6.4. 12.6.4, and it is really close to being robotaxi ready. Still with me, folks? The journey is continuing on flawlessly. I will end this broadcast when we arrive at the interim charger I always stop at after getting this car clean. If you're looking out at this windshield, you can probably see that it is filthy. The spring brings all kinds of nasty, dusty deposits, and there's going to be the yellow pollen and everything else I'm going to have to go through. So everything has to wait until I get to the car wash. Did I say that out loud? Was that my outside voice? So that was me. That was my fault. That wasn't FSD's fault. I had my foot on the accelerator, and I took over the steering in order to get to where we needed to be. Not that it wouldn't have done it on its own, but because my foot was on the accelerator, it took off to the other lane so it wouldn't smash into the cars in front of us. Don't blame the FSD. These buses are oftentimes very passive-aggressive, I'll tell you. Very passive-aggressive. This is hardware 3, folks. So, it does not always like to shine when it comes to compute speed and power. As you can see, when you change your destination or you remove a waypoint, it just takes a long time to read it into the now and execute. All right, well, I'm going to stop and get something for me. The parking was done a little bit off-put because I hit the accelerator to speed it up. Sometimes it's pretty rough waiting for it to decide what angle it's going to approach at, but it does pretty good. It does beautifully. It just sometimes it's slow. And if there are anybody waiting to get past you or to park themselves, they're going to be annoyed that you're taking so long. All right, I'll stop it there, folks, and we'll chat again later. I think it did quite well in the driving. FSD was fantastic. My narration of the problems of the world leaves something to be desired.